Thank you for joining us today. I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi here to go live and take your immigration questions on a lot of different platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, who else? TikTok, and I think one more in there. I forgot, but setting up Instagram right now. So what we do is we come every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern to take your immigration questions live about U.S. immigration. Very confusing topic that you'll get different answers for every time you do it. Hopefully my internet will be okay. I put the wrong internet situation. Let me see if I can fix that in the middle of recording and have that not ruin the recording. Let's see if that works out, but I can't do it yet. But here is all educational, not intended for individual legal guidance. I want to make the switch and see if it works. Just a second, everybody. Everyone's seeing us on Instagram and everything. The freeze is happening. Hey. Well, having said that, fill in your question, get him in so we get started. We started early anyways today, so it's not too bad. Let's see what's going on with this one. Okay, let's can we do a new live stream? Let's see. All right, for Instagram, I'm not sure what's going on, but let me end live video and bring it back again so people can see it. These are the problems when you do live, but it is what it is. We can have to help. User 36 asks, can my spouse apply I-485 for an F2A while not current due to financial difficulties? No, you got to be current on your F2A preference case before you file for adjustment status. I'm not sure what that means, that financial difficulties make you want to file sooner. That may be because of the filing fee increases. But sorry, I'm setting up the other things right now. Get public, go next. But that's just the situation there is. So I having financial situation won't let you fast forward the visa bulletin. That's not going to happen. Okay, let's see. How do I? Unfortunately, we're having issues right now with Instagram, which is an important one. Recently, people have been contacting me about Instagram saying they do it there. Why is the I-751 process taking forever? That's a good question. It is taking forever. They don't have enough officers and they don't have a priority towards the I-751 process. So if you got a 2-year green card and now you're trying to get a 10-year green card, the government says that when you file for your renewal, the extension for 10 years, you get an appointment notice or a receipt notice that says, connect the streaming software to go live. I did connect. What's going on? Sorry, trying to do different stuff online. But anyways, guys, 751, they don't have enough officers for it because they think that you got an extension of your green card anyways for up to 4 years. So it's not a priority. Now, in reality, it is because it messes people's lives to have to wait for that, to have to travel. Potentially, they might be in an abusive relationship and they're afraid to get out of it. So these kind of things pop up, but the government doesn't care right now. Hopefully, they'll care one day, but right now it's not happening. Jordan asks, "Hey, I'm married to a U.S. citizen, currently living with her in California. What process do I need to follow to get a green card? Thank you for your help." You, Jordan, came to the right place. That's what our focus is in our firm. We have primarily married clients. And so I have a guide, Jordan. If you go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com, that's marriageimmigrationlaw.com. It's a website. You can download a PDF that goes through everything, plus step-by-step videos that go through everything. It's all free. Just download the 40-plus page PDF. And then, it's too generalized talk here. We need to talk with you and your spouse and see what's going on with your background, your finances, the, foreign nationals, police history, tax history, all that kind of stuff. Evidence you're really a couple. See if there's any misrep or fraud or accusations that could pop up by the government for your spouse's history. So, schedule a consultation. Email the office at info@jqklaw.com. You can talk with an associate and take it from there. You have a question about the I-24 processing times. I don't know. I can't say what they are. It's check USCIS.gov. They don't have that for Potomac, but that's the best we can do. Julia asks, hi, is it recommended or faster that the same son that helped file the PIP, parole in place petition, grant to his father, make the adjustment status petition compared to other relatives that is not in the military? It doesn't make a difference. Preference, it depends on your paperwork. So potentially you do a marriage-based case on that, but marriage-based case requires you to prove evidence of your relationship, and so that's extra work. So usually the same son would file for the parent, but you got to make sure that the financial support stuff's okay, the birth certificate is properly stuffed. So we got to see what's going on. So I can't recommend anything. It probably won't be any faster, just less paperwork. But I can't recommend it because I don't know the details of your case to say, do this route, do this route. I haven't reviewed birth certificates, marriage certificates. I haven't reviewed your parole in place. So I can't answer that particular kind of question. So Julio, if you are in the military, we do provide free initial chats with active duty service members. So email the office some proof that you're a military member, and we can actually chat about that free. Usually there's a paid consultation fee, but do it that. Jordan asks, follows up, what is the name of the website? It's marriageimmigrationlaw.com, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide and take from there. You can send me an email. We have an auto message I put that has the information on there too. Julio says, once PIP gets approved, the adjustment status package should include that with the child document again. Yeah, why not? Well, right now it's free to do that, so why not? But on April 1st, they're going to charge money for it. So it depends on if you want to spend the money on it or not. Escuchando says, currently, how long does residency process take through VAWA? I don't know. It's different for every case. I don't file a VAWA case in my office, but in general, it's all over the place. We're not like a heavy VAWA case, so I don't keep track of the timelines of that like that. All right, so let's go back to TikTok. Any updates regarding green card interviews in Pakistan? My uncle's waiting since 2020. I'm not sure what kind of case he has. It might be because the visa bulletin isn't correct, but it's got a little faster. But I don't know what kind of case your uncle has, so I can't answer that. User 36 says, because he is maintaining his F1 status and wasting $1,000 in school. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. They waived my VAWA fee. Should I wait for a prima facie after that? I can't tell you what to do. I'm not the attorney on the case. Jose says, I'm DACA. I'm trying to get advanced parole for emergency, but I got a DUI 2 months ago. I wouldn't risk going if you got a DUI. They might not let you back in. Moy says, options for international students want to stay in the U.S. seeking jobs. Well, you have the OPT period. That way you get to learn, people get to know him. Maybe what you do is so high-end that you could potentially file for a national interest waiver or maybe an EB-1A extraordinary ability green card. Maybe depending on the country you're from, if you want to start a business, you may be able to do an E2 investor visa. So there's options. I'm not sure they apply to you, but those are there. User 3 says, I don't care about my spouse's immigration status anymore. Found the most handsome lawyer. Oh, thank you. I wasn't expecting that situation to go. Oraj says, I'm an Israeli citizen. I've been in the U.S. for the last 65 days. Do I have to exit in 90 days? If you came on the visa waiver program, yeah, there's a 90-day deadline. If you got a tourist visa, you usually get 180 days. I-751's taking too long. I agree. Magic says, how long is it taking right now for a green card to be produced and after approval? Typically like 2 weeks, but sometimes it takes months or it gets lost. Litia says, I filed my unmarried daughter. How long wait? Unmarried daughter, I don't know if she under 21 or over 21. Are you a citizen or a green card holder? Unmarried daughter. So, it depends on all these. You should go look at the visa bulletin because nobody in the world knows what the wait is because it changes every month, essentially. It's going to be a while. That's the best I could put it. 790 asks, how can one change the last name to her husband after a year of marriage in NYC? Go contact the local court. They go on their website for a name change. That's easy as that. If you haven't done it at marriage already. Plus, you got to see what state laws are in your state. Juan says, I have the refugee travel document, but I sent my I-485 already. Can I still use my travel document? You don't want to travel when you have an I-485 pending. There's nuances to this I don't want to get into because I'm not a big refugee. We don't handle refugee cases too much, so I don't want to talk about that. But I would recommend getting the advanced parole and using the refugee travel document with the advanced parole. I'll definitely do that. Now, I've seen people get away with traveling just on the refugee travel document, even if they have adjustment pending. I'm not sure of the rules because when you file for a green card based on being a refugee or asylee, there's different requirements. So we don't handle too much refugee cases in our office, so I'm not the primary place for that. But they may have an exception. But if you're doing green card based on other reasons, you leave without advanced parole, you're messed up. And to prevent anything from happening, I'd get the advanced parole first. Peter says, I got my green card 2021. Can I apply for my citizenship? I don't know. You got to wait 3 to 5 years. I don't know how you got your green card. What was the basis? So I have videos on this on YouTube, but there's not enough information to answer that. How long does it take to get a green card when you file I-130? So Maya, I don't know what kind of I-130 you submitted. Is it based on marriage, based on family relationship, like parents, siblings, being a child of somebody? I don't know what country or embassy you're from, if you're in the United States or outside. So there's just not enough information to be able to answer these questions. Even if I had that information, who knows? It really is a way to who knows. Javiera says, how long the fiance visa is taking? Too long. I'm a citizen. So we're getting into timeline questions, one of my least liked questions, because we have 10 cases, exact same clone cases, 10 of them. 3 of them will take 3 months. 3 of them will take 6 months. 3 of them will take 9 months. 3 of them will take 12 months. So if you ask me how long it takes, it might take 3 months. It might take 12 months. Some of these cases might take 10 years, might take 15 years, or 5 to 15 years. It just doesn't make any sense for me to say stuff that might not be correct. So I don't like to do that. So please, I'm sure we're going to get 1,000 more people asking, but I can't ask about timelines to answer because, again, USCIS doesn't know. Department of State doesn't know. Only God knows, and he's not telling me. Leah says, I submitted marriage green card 11 months ago, still no EAD. Is that normal? Yeah, everything's normal. Euro says, IR2 application constant processing, taking a long time. Spouse says 10-year B1. Can she move to the U.S. and adjust? You can't use, you're welcome, Julio. You can't use a tourist visa with the intent to come to the United States to adjust status. That's against the rules. It's misrepresentation. You're lying about your intent there. So I can't recommend anyone do that. Ashravi says, when is the embassy scheduling CR1 visa interview? Every embassy is different. Depends on which embassy and your background. Alfred says, sir, how long does the embassy take? I don't know. So we're going to be getting consistent timeline questions, which will eventually get me annoyed a lot. So please stop. Maybe if I say that, you're going to do more to annoy me. But if you're a regular watcher of the show, I don't have answers to your timeline. So I'm going to have to skip it. Or if you ask a lot, block you or something like that. Why are fiance's visa taking so long in Lebanon? Lebanon is one of the worst embassies because of the security situation. So that's one reason. What happens after an individual hearing for asylum? Then you have, it depends, it's a master hearing or the other kind of hearing. We don't do hearings, so I don't want to talk about that. So what are the options for staying over 90 days as an Israeli citizen? You could potentially get an extra month if there's an emergency, hard to get. Alternatively, you file for asylum. From Israel, I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. Depends on your background. And if you marry a U.S. citizen or have an immediate relative, let's say you have a citizen son that's 22, they could file for you. Other than that, you're nothing else. I said, what happened? I didn't even think you do a U visa. I'm not sure. What happens after individual hearing? I already answered that. Moad says, I applied for TPS in August 2023. It's been 2 weeks till case decision for 3 months now. Yeah, that's time. Like I said, again, USCIS doesn't know the timelines. How am I going to say? They have the file. They have all the numbers. There's no way I can answer these kind of things. Okay, what happens here? Okay, we got the same here. Okay, I'm going to have to just block this person. Mute account. I hate doing that to mute people's account, but if you ask the same question 50 times, it makes it really hard to do what we're doing right now. NG says, can I adjust my status in the United States if my spouse wins diversity visa overseas? You can't, I don't think, actually, because if your spouse, I have to think about that, but if you're doing it here, for you to be able to get a green card, I think your spouse has to be here. I don't know. And I have to study how that works out. Usually we have the other way around. Their spouse is here. They adjust status and they have to follow the join, which isn't a reliable system for diversity visa lottery. Typically, if a person is getting a green card and they're dependent, their spouse or children are getting green cards, they have to enter the United States like with the person. Or is that for the FAA to support? I think, to be honest, NG, it's Kansas. I gotta double check that. We don't usually have the situation where like a spouse overseas, they win a green card and the other person's here. Generally, it makes much more sense time-wise, especially for a diversity visa, just go through the embassy because that's going to get done faster, depending on your number and which embassy you're. Some embassies are not a good idea for that. So, NG, it depends on which embassy you're from to do strategically which it is. But whether you can get it while you're in the United States before your wife got it, I'd be hesitant on that. I got to double check that. I don't have an answer I can honestly give you without like 100% sure on. So we got to schedule a consultation. Now, Audrey says, hello, sir. I apply for food stamps or unemployment will affect my citizenship application. No, I'm a green card holder. So unemployment, no, you worked for unemployment. That's part of your thing. Food stamps is a government benefit. So it depends on what you said in the application. Now, let's say you got your green card based on marriage. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now, most lawyers don't know and most government people don't know. So it doesn't get enforced. But let me tell you what the rules are. And then what I have to say as the rules, but they don't enforce it, but I can't, these are the rules. And if you're in my case, that's what I tell you. The only thing I can tell you, which is when you apply for food stamps and you got your case like based on being a family-based case, married to a citizen or something like that, or your brother or sister of a citizen, there's a question I'd ask how much your income is. You have to include the income of the affidavit of support sponsor for your family-based case. If that person is not included, then it's going to be a problem. My Instagram's freezing right now, so I'm not sure if you're even hearing what I'm saying right now. But the issue is, to get food stamps, if you include the income of the affidavit of support sponsor, then you make too much money to get food stamps. So if you still get the food stamps, they could accuse you of fraud for getting benefits from the government. I've only one time heard it happen. They were denied citizenship, but almost never happens. And when I bring this up to other people, no one's ever heard of what I'm saying. But that's just the rule. I mean, it's just the way it's written. It's badly written, doesn't get enforced, so no one knows about it, but it is the rule, and that's all I can say. Okay, let's see. So what are the options for staying over? We're going to answer that. Oh, we got a lot of repeats again. Do you recommend green card through EB2 NIW or marriage, or qualify for both? Well, both are good. I mean, EB2 is going to be more expensive in various ways, so that's not good. But more importantly, the EB2 NIW category is backlog, so it's going to take a couple of years. But if you're married and married to a U.S. citizen in particular, it's going to be a faster process. So yeah, marriage is probably going to be better. But some people don't want their green card connected to their spouse. The green card is only 2 years, so and they I don't know. There's a lot of personal reasons that go into it. So I can't recommend a 0 on this log because I don't know you. So I don't know if you have a good marriage case. You might have a bad marriage case. And then I can't recommend it until I see the whole thing. But generally marriage is going to be better because like it's a more of a priority if you're married to a citizen. But let's say you're married to a green card holder, that changes the equation too because the EB2 NIW may be faster. So there's no way to recommend based on one sentence you give me, and I have no idea of anything about your background with regard to your skills for the national interest waiver and nothing about your background for the marriage and who you're marrying and all this kind of stuff. So these kind of questions are impossible to answer. Anyone who answers them is lying to you. But that's the full scope. This is why I need consultations. We got to get to know what's going on with your case and the details and all that kind of stuff. I wish Instagram was working properly. We got a lot of people recently contacting us on Instagram. And it's been a good thing, but hey, these technical glitches happen. Julio says, thank you. You're welcome. Hamza says, my mom and dad have joint tax return, have one dependent while his income is $2,800. My mom is at work while co-sponsor have $1,800 with no dependents. Can they both sponsor my spouse visa? So it depends. Who's the child? Is the child stat considered or not? 1,800. No, I think neither could. If you're applying for one spouse, one person has to make enough money to cover that person. Now, if you had multiple, let's say you're filing for brother and sister, and your income is enough to cover everybody, then okay, maybe. But you need separate people and cover it. But if you're just filing for your spouse, you need to have one person that covers it. You don't want to mess around, especially if you're doing constant processing. So it's my mom and dad joint have to independent while his income. I need to know more information. You just added stuff, spouse IR1. My mom and dad joint tax return one dependent while his income. I don't. This is giving too much individual legal advice, Hamza. We got to see what's going on with the tax return, the total income, what kind of job they have. If they're self-employed, if they're W-2. It's not something I can give case-specific information through this platform right now. So schedule a consultation, and we could go over it with one of my associates or something. Hello says marriage-based. I applied for adjustment package pending. Only approved. Okay. What's next? You wait for a decision. It's just typical. Just wait. Mom said, I haven't seen your case, so maybe you I don't know, it's different, but generally just wait. Monty says, I just wanted to know if it's certain that asylum seekers got work permit after 150 days. Thank you. I'm not sure what your question is. You can apply for work permit after 150 days, and then usually they get it unless there's some issue. Juan says, can I file mandamus lawsuit against the U.S. Embassy myself? You could do whatever you want to do. You don't. That's it. Tyra says, is there any other way to get a green card instead of getting married citizen? There's 50 different ways, but they don't apply to most people. Omar says, what should be the income of U.S. citizen spouse for household on 3, including myself? Go to type in form I-864P, and it'll take you to the website from uscis.gov that lists the income levels based on the household size, and you can find your answer there. It changes, and it's going to change again pretty soon with inflation. So best to just check it out yourself. I don't want to say exactly what it is. First of all, it's individual legal guidance. I'd have to stop everything to go to that website, which I don't want to do. And they change. So why not just know how to get the information yourself? Teach a man to fish instead of give me a fish. That's what I'm doing right here. It might not be in the best business interest of myself, but that's what we're here for. Not everything's about making money when you're a lawyer for the community. But we do make money. We do charge. So just a heads up on that. Is there any way to get a green card? We answered that. Uraj says it cut off. I can't hear anything. So I just repeat the question. Okay, Uraj. Ryan asked, good afternoon, Pierre. Good to see you, Ryan. Thank you. Is it normal to wait 2 years for a green card, Vermont Service Center? I don't know what kind of green card you have. So there's no normal there. They did a mistake on my extension of status. I asked to change, but they take a lot of time to answer. I don't know what the mistake is. I don't know who you contact to change it. I don't know what to do. Teach a man to fish from USI's website. That's right. Nowhere to go. Exactly. Because people are asking questions that they could find themselves very easily. And I could help them out. Okay. So let's see Instagram working. I think Instagram's working. If you're asking questions, Maya says, how does impact 16 years age difference between spouse and adjusting? If you have a real relationship and you have evidence of it, it has no impact. If you have a fake relationship or you guys don't know each other well, you can't answer us properly, something looks fishy, then it's a problem. So I don't know anything about you, Maya. I haven't met your spouse. I don't know how long you've known each other, how you met each other, what evidence you have a relationship, you live together or not. Not knowing anything about your lives together, just one off aspect, it doesn't help anybody. It's like saying, this person's hair color is black. Are they a good person or a bad person? Are they good looking or bad looking? Just telling me someone's black hair doesn't give me enough information. If you have a worry, this is why you hire an attorney, schedule a consult with the office so you can actually talk about it in a more clear sense. But typically, age difference is not an issue for us or any of our cases, but we have to review our cases really well to make sure it's good. For sure, my of course, living together, but I haven't reviewed all this stuff, so that's why I got to check it for myself. I can't really advise. Exo says, I have a green card, but I have to stay out of USA. Do we have a problem, me and with my family? Yeah, if you have a green card, you're not supposed to be outside. You should apply for a re-insurance. Each person in the family has to be absent. Mind you, that's going to affect your citizenship case. It's going to delay it. So potentially, if there's M470, which is if you're working for a U.S. type employer abroad, you can keep the time. That's more complex. I don't want to get into that here. That's it. Suraf says, hello, sir. Can adoption in the United States study visa? The question doesn't make sense, and I'm ban user, and I'm deleting you because you're ruining the questions. Okay, Hamza says, before interview, we have to update tax returns. If you have new tax returns, you should bring it to the interview if there is an interview. A lot of times being waived, but we said that. Maya says, I understand. Thank you very much. You're welcome. I don't mean to be mean or too harsh about it, but it's I don't want to mess you up and tell you something's okay when it's not, or something is bad when it's not. So it's just, we got to sit and talk about it. But I kind of spilled in, it's all the whole picture, how much evidence you have, and how, if there's an interview, if they feel it, okay, this is real. And I got to get that feeling myself and review that. But historically, I haven't had issues with age differences. Although people scare you about it, I haven't seen that for myself. Okay. Oraj says, repeat question. Oraj, you could potentially extend it for 30 days, or you could marry you a citizen. Sorry, I went through it in all detail, so I can't go at it again. Sorry, just check out the video of it when it comes up. Is a diversity visa lottery really random, or do they? Let me fix something. Done. Oh no, I got cut off from Instagram. Change timer. Done. Okay. Oh no. I got cut off from Instagram. Oops. I'm sorry. I'm TikTok. I have a thing to avoid watching so much TikTok every day. Today, what a mess. Instagram problems, TikTok problems. So I have it where I only watch TikTok for a limited time a day, and I have an app that shuts it down. My video recording is like today. I forget to turn it off, and all of a sudden in the middle of the show, it says, oh, you watch too much TikTok. We're shutting it off so you don't watch too much. TikTok is addicting. So it's pretty good. We have good info on there. I learn a lot, but I was watching way too much. Can't get to work and family. So unfortunately, I forgot to reset it. So TikTok people shut off out of nowhere. Not good for business. I got to figure out how to do that, how to fix it. But okay, Omer says, how to check backlog for U.S. Embassy in Oman? Not possible. They don't share that information. That's it. Maya says, I understand. Thank you much. You're welcome. I appreciate you checking on. Excel, so are you going to save this live? Excel, it gets saved on YouTube. So go to the JK Law Firm YouTube page. It's going to be there. It gets saved on Facebook and stuff too. It's just easier to find on YouTube without even logging on. The Instagram version, I don't know how to save it, so I just delete it. But check it on YouTube. It will be there. It's recording there right now, so you should see it. I actually recommend everybody's watching this. Probably go to YouTube is the best way to follow it and save, make sure I see it, because I give priority answering to YouTube questions, because the software I'm using puts priority there, so I see it faster. Let's see. G says, hi, my brother's in the military. We already requested for PIP for my dad. After that is approval, petition for him. Could we get a free consultation? Yeah, just send proof that your brother's in the military. I need to talk with your brother too, and just have him email proof that he's in the military, and I need to talk with him by video with his parents. A lot of times military people it's just different time zones, or they can't because they're on base. So if that's the case, we could do something, but we got to talk to the people involved with your brother and your parents. So email the office with proof you're in the military. We take from there. Hamza says, my last question is 2021 tax returns. We have good amount of income, but in our 2022, our co-sponsor didn't earn that much. Now what do we do? Should we add co-sponsor? They're probably not going to ask for a new co-sponsor. They're probably just going to stick with what you have, but why not be safe? Yeah, get a new co-sponsor. Why not? Okay, Maya says, thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. We usually have a lot of questions on TikTok, but unfortunately it's cut out. But we only got 7 minutes left. So if you want to get some questions in, please let me know. Sorry for the TikTok audience. If they get this later, what happened to John's 5 p.m. show? It's just a little snafu that happened there. Now, the immigration system, we have promises that the government's going to work faster. We've heard that before. But it's becoming more and more obvious that you really need to get on top of your cases, get it in and file it, because it looks like the president may change to a president that was going to stop immigration to some large extent. So we're having this paranoia and worry now because we have cases for Iranians, for example. And last time Trump did a massive travel ban on them. He might do it again, probably will do it again. So we got to get these Iranian cases in. And there's a lot of different countries in the world could get hit by this with different backlogs and delays and extra requirements for financial background, all this kind of stuff. So if you're on the fence about these cases, talk with a couple of attorneys at least, get it going, because it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good because last time around, it just made a disaster for people going through the immigration process with delays. So don't delay. Look into case. If it's appropriate, file it, get it up and running, and get in and out of the system as soon as possible. Don't put it off because we don't know what in the world is going to happen if a new administration comes in like the last time around. All right, so I wanted to share that with you. If you have some questions, let me know. Again, TikTok's where we get both of our questions. But having said that, and we might call it a day today. I appreciate everyone who joined. If you want to schedule a private consultation, myself or another attorney, email us at info@jqqlaw.com or go to jqqlaw.com, our website, contact us page. Fill us in a little bit what you're doing, and we'll reply with some more information about what to do next. That's the place to go. Cesar Moreno says, good show. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm a little more lively today because I've slept a couple of days. If you guys look at our backlog for 2023, I pretty much slept 3 hours a night because we had small children, babies, and all this kind of stuff, just keeping us up. So I'm kind of like, oh wow, like I've been talking so fast because I've been getting sleep, like a full night's sleep for like a month now, and I'm like on drugs or something like that. It's like crazy, like ooh, I can't believe I'm not tired all the time. But that's why I'm so jumpy right now. I'm not usually like this. I'm so excited that I'm healthy and sleeping. So for those who have little kids and who get sick all the time from little kids, if you're slept and you're not sick for this week, it's like a miracle. You praise God. That you should praise God you're sick, and if you're not sick, but especially when you're healthy and you can do work and get the job done and help people, it's a blessing. So with that, thank you everyone who joined. We'll be back in next Tuesday. We got 2 quick questions I'll answer, but 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to schedule a private consultation, email us. Ali says, I've been in the United States for over 25 years. If I have a green card, but I'm in the process of becoming a citizen in 5 months, but I'm going to Iran to get married, should I apply for my fiance visa or spouse visa, my fiance? So it's Ali, you got to schedule a private consultation because we got to sit and plan it out, because the issue that comes up here is it's generally 9 out of 10 times, if not 99 of 100 times, I say get a marriage green card. But if your spouse is from Iran, your future spouse, by the time you go there and get married, the thing is you have to be a citizen to do a fiance visa. And if you get married and do an I-130, that takes a long time anyways. It's hard to say. I've been 25. You should have filed for citizenship earlier. That's something that goes without saying. But if fiance visa, you need to be a citizen. And you're not going to be a citizen till end of the year. And my main worry is, I was talking about earlier, is if President Trump comes back in and does a trial ban for Iran, it's going to suck. So typically I would say get married as soon as possible and start the case. But as a green card holder, if you get married, start a case, that case is going to take years. So it's the same problem. Also, once you become a citizen, USCI is not always good at updating the system to tell them that you're a citizen to make the case go faster. So you have all these hurdles you have to like strategically deal with. That's it. But I would say talk with immigration as soon as possible. Go over your case for citizenship. Get that in. Right now, citizenship cases, I'm getting them done in Atlanta and Los Angeles as fast as like 2 months, 3 months. It's kind of nuts. During election years, they get faster. Can't guarantee it's going to happen to you. You're Iranian too, so I don't know. But you got to sit and strategically plan with this with your fiance. There's a lot going on. Pontea says, once waiting for the green card to get issued, have an interview. Can I leave the country with a trial permit? My friend sent me a green card Iran. They don't want you to do that. I don't. If just an interview is not, if your green card was approved and you have confirmations approved, and maybe a tactic to do, I wouldn't recommend it. But if it's not been officially approved, you haven't like got a notice of approval, you shouldn't travel because your case is not approved yet. Just because you did an interview doesn't mean your case is approved. You got to get a confirmation, like approval notice. And if you're going to get approval notice, you probably get the green card a couple days later. So I wouldn't travel with trial permits without knowing all the details. Now, if you have advanced pro, you probably get away with it. But Mateo, because this is such a touchy subject, I don't want to come to this public forum and say, do this or do that. We got to sit and talk about it to make sure we're covering all our bases, because you could potentially leave and get stuck and not be able to come back in. And so I wouldn't want to give advice like that hardcore right now without talking more in detail with you. Random says, adding new co-sponsors during interview is a good idea or what? Please help. I mean, if you need a co-sponsor, you need a co-sponsor. So it's not about it being a good idea or bad idea. If you need it, you need it. Elena says, what can you expect or predict for this year's Visa Bulletin? No predictions. I'll leave that to, people who do tarot cards and people who close their eyes and say, and they guess. Any prediction stuff, anyone who's predicting is just clickbait. No one knows. Again, only God knows. If you were here earlier, no one at USCIS, no one at the Department of State, no immigration lawyer knows actually what's going to happen in the Visa Bulletin. They don't know themselves. Again, only God knows. So I'll leave it at that. God bless. Be safe, everyone. I'll see y'all next week. I'm John Khosravi. Email the office if you like schedule consultation. Or just go to the website, jqqlaw.com. J as in Jack, Q as in Queen, K as in King, law.com. The contact us page, fill it out, and we'll follow up with what's needed next and all that. God bless. Be safe.